Hi guys, coming at you with another Creatrix client lesson of the day, and today we are talking about retraining your brain. Retraining your brain to build new evidence and to solve for the appropriate problems. Your brain is so amazing at what it does, which is being, a problem solver. But it is so geared towards keeping you safe and keeping you away from danger and keeping you away from risk that it's always solving for like what's going wrong so that you can avoid it, right? It's always solving for where's the challenge going to be, where's the uncomfortability going to be so that you can avoid it, right? That's what that brain does in order to keep you safe. But of course, when we are doing big things, when we are making moves on our goals, when we are stretching our comfort zone, when we are showing up differently in the world in a bigger way, when we're making moves on our goals, there's going to be risk. There are going to be challenges. There are going to be uncomfortable situations. There's going to be all of that stretchy growth and stuff, right? Which is not something we want to avoid. It's something we want to grow through. And so when it comes to retraining our brain, we actually have to, our brain's solving problems all the time. It is software running in the background all the time. But we actually get to focus it. We get to direct our brain on what problems it is solving for. So recognizing where your brain is telling you that everything is going wrong, right? And shifting that into, okay, but what's going right? Like bank the evidence, like build the evidence in your mind in order to build the evidence in your mind for what is going right or for what is possible or for what is working. You actually have to practice telling your brain to look for that stuff, right? And this is something that gets easier over time. This is one of those things that the more we practice, the easier it gets. And so, if this is a practice where you're telling your brain to solve for like what's going right, well, what is working here and how can I witness that? What is working? What is possible? Even using other people as inspiration, well, if they could do it, then so can I, right? Finding all of that evidence and really digesting it and allowing it to process. And that as a practice, you're going to start to notice quickly, more quickly, when your brain is ding, 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 ticking over into it's not working realm of things. And you'll be able to that much more quickly then shift it right into seeing what is working, what is going right. And it feels so much better to look at all the things that are going right. I mean, this is the difference between running away from the things we don't want to experience versus running towards the actual things we do. I mean, think about it this way. If your brain is always solving for everything that could go wrong, you're going to make all your choices and decisions from that place of avoidance. Instead of if your brain is practicing or well trained in solving for all the things that could go right, you're that much more willing to trust, to take leaps of faith, to, put yourself on the line, to take the risk, to go big, right? And you're that much more willing to build new evidence, to model what is possible for other people. Isn't that amazing? And so it really is that difference between making choices from that disempowered space of avoidance versus making choices from that empowered place of running towards what it is you actually want to be and have and experience, right? So where can you work on retraining your brain to solve for what is going right, to build new evidence? Brain is very black and white in its functioning, and so it's hard work to train our brain to live in that both and space. And so if this isn't work that you've done before, if your brain is solving for all the things going wrong, it's that is all we can see. We get those blinders on and we get hyper focused, and it's good stuff is happening, we just can't see it because the brain is one track mind, right? Is that the phrase? So how can you live deeper into this practice of retraining your brain to solve for what is working? When it comes to your unique dreams, desires, and goals, and whatever it is you are actively working on and showing up for right now, how can you just bank all the evidence, whether it's journaling or, you know, calling a friend and like being like, hey, can I brag about myself? And can we celebrate all the little wins? In my programs, we celebrate all the little wins. Sometimes the little things don't feel big enough to celebrate them anyway.